Good morning and welcome to the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission, where we are celebrating 30 years of casino regulatory excellence, honoring our legacy and shaping the future. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all for being here. To the
Hold the mic closer, please.
to the second quarterly regular meeting for 2025, number 002-2025, the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission. This meeting is hereby called to order. Today is Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. Roll call, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Commissioner Luther F. Renee,
Present.
Commissioner Carolyn P. Herman Purcell,
Present.
and Chairman Marvin L. Pickering.
Present.
Mr. Chairman, all present, no absences.
Thank you very much. The Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission is comprised of 3 members, all members being present. A quorum is hereby established. Madam Clerk, before we get to that, let me recognize others in attendance. We have legal counsel, Kevin Down. We have Executive Director Linda Smith. We welcome our fresh, new and minted licensing and compliance officer, which is Lynn Bertalt. We have our newly titled Finance and HR Administrator, Ms. Romisha Smith, here with the camera. We have also in the back, we have our IT support specialist, Mr. Odingo Davila. Welcome to members of the audience. You see, we have some special people in the audience as well. These are the students from.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, they are. The next. This comes on. Yes, these are the students from the Next Gen CEO Summer Camp. They're also here with their advisors, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you very much. As I mentioned earlier, this is the 30th anniversary of the commission. We are doing certain outreach and participating in community events, and we've invited these young people to be here with us today. I also recognize Attorney Oliver David, our friends from casinos, Mr. Barnes, Mr. Capers, Mr. Ward, Mr. Sheep. Did I miss anyone? Oh, okay, we can't. Very important person, you know, stenographer, Ms. Andrews, rewarding, and welcome again to everyone.
Mr. Jameson.
Yeah, before we proceed, to read the agenda into the minutes, we have with us 2 summer interns here at the Casino Control Commission. I would like for them to step forward, please. Ms. Williams and Mr. LeBron James, and that is his name. LeBron James. Introduce yourself to, grab a mic and introduce yourself to the audience.
So, morning everyone. My name is Bara Williams. I'm a senior at the University of the Virgin Islands. My major is business administration with a concentration in tourism and hospitality management. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is LeBron James. I am a junior at the LaRoche University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I am majoring in computer science. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the second year. Okay. Madam Clerk, could you read the balance of the agenda into the record, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Agenda item number 3, approval of minutes of March 12th, 2025. Agenda item number 4, reports of officers. 4A, Secretary Treasurer's report. 4B, Vice Chair's report, and 4C, Chairman's report. Agenda item number 5, report of Division of Gaming Enforcement, DGE. Agenda item number 6, new business. Number 6A, approval of licensure resolution number 002-2025. 6B, approval of licensure resolution number 003-2025. And 6C, plans for responsible gaming education month, Divi Carina Bay Casino and Caravel Hotel and Casino. 6'7", excuse me, any other business, and 6'8", adjournment.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Clerk. As indicated, the next item on the agenda will be the approval of the minutes from our March 12, 2025 meeting. Colleagues, have you had an opportunity to review the transcript?
I have.
Mr. Chair. Okay, any questions or comments? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve?
Mr. Chair, I move that the commission accept the transcript of our March 12, 2025 meeting as the official minutes of that meeting. I so move.
Mr. Chair, I move to second the motion to accept the minutes of March 12, 2025.
Thank you, Commissioner Herman Purcell and Commissioner Renee. The motion to accept the minutes from our March 12, 2025 meeting has been moved by Commissioner Herman Purcell and seconded by Commissioner Renee. Hearing no objections, the motion is hereby approved. Okay, moving on to item number 4 of the agenda, which is reports of the officers. We started this process because of having these quarterly reports to inform the public of the activities undertaken by the commissioners in between our meetings. Still, I sometimes get a little bit, what should I say, concerned that people don't know what we do at the commission and the amount of activities that take place here. So this is, will be, has been and will be, continue to be a constant on at our quarterly meetings. So we begin with the Secretary Treasurer's report. Commissioner Luther Renee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning to all. The Chairman beat me to it, but today's reporting and repeating it. Celebrating 30 years of casino regulatory excellence, honoring our legacy and shaping the future. The following is a summary of the activities undertaken in my capacity as Secretary Treasurer for the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission during the second quarter of 2025. The second quarter has been extremely active and busy at the commission. On March the 13th, 2025, accompanied by Executive Director Linda Smith and Finance and HR Administrator Ms. Smith, I conducted a walkthrough of 2 potential venues for the Commission's anniversary celebration, scheduled for November 8th, 2025. On March 8th, I attended a staff meeting where Chairman Pickerick commended the executive team for their dedication in maintaining a seamless operation at the Commission during the absence of a licensing and compliance officer. As chairman of the 30th Anniversary Committee, I continue to facilitate planning meetings on a bi-weekly basis. The committee comprises of past and present staff members of the Commission. However, during the March 25th meeting, a challenge was issued to committee members and other team members to propose a theme for our 30th anniversary celebration with a $300 award for the winning selection. Additionally, plans for the kickoff event were finalized during the March 25th meeting. The kickoff was planned for April 23rd, 2025. March 29, I participated in the comprehensive inspector's report writing and refresher training course conducted by legal counsel Kevin Vidal. On April the 9th, I participated in the licensing hearing of AAA training and security services. April 14th, 2025, alongside of Executive Director Linda Smith, I participated in a planning meeting and other public safety measures for the 30th anniversary kickoff celebration that was held right outside in our parking lot. April 18th, 2025, appeared on former Senator Neville James' WTGF radio show, Analyze This, where we discussed the Commission's 30th anniversary kickoff celebrations. Attorney Vidal accompanied me, and we were able to publicize many of the activities that we have so far planned. April 9th, I continued promoting the kickoff event by participating in a radio interview with Abdul Ali on WSTX radio. The cornerstone of the 30th anniversary celebrations was the kickoff, which took place on April 23rd with an outdoor celebration that featured live performances by Guardians of Culture Mokujambis, II culture dancers, and Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights. Also, we had DJ Will providing live entertainment. This event was highly successful and well received by all. April 30th, 2025, participated in executive meeting number 003-2025. On May 6th, 7th, and 9th, I engaged in 9 candidate interviews regarding the licensing and compliance officer vacant position. May 21st, the Internet Gaming and Internet Gambling Summit Planning Committee convened with ongoing meetings scheduled weekly to finalize arrangements for a summit plan for July the 31st, 2025. The committee continued discussions with GLI and Innovative Group. On May 30th, 2025, the Commissioner's Legal Counsel and Executive Director met with Senator Maurice James to discuss of proposed legislation, Bill number 36-0076, which seeks to authorize casino operations on dock cruise ships while in Port St. Croix. On June 16, 2025, I had the privilege of welcoming our new licensing and compliance officer, Ms. Ruflin Ito. On June the 1st to the 5th, 2025, I attended the NAGRA conference in Nashville, Tennessee. Notably, the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission had the opportunity to present this at that session a presentation entitled "We Have a Story to Tell." I'm sure you will hear more about that from the active participants in that presentation. At the NAGRA conference, I particularly learned a lot from the AML fundamentals. On June 10th, 2025, the members of the Internet Gaming and Internet Gambling Summit Planning Committee participated in a meeting with the Innovative Group once again and GLI to advance discussions on Internet gaming and Internet gambling legislation. On June the 17th, I attended executive meeting number 004-2025, where key issues, including the need for cybersecurity training, and we discussed also the upcoming budget presentation to the 36th legislature. On the evening of June 20th, 2025, I attended a presentation at Central High School by Next Generation CEO Summer Camp, where I witnessed some very innovative students presenting their projects, and I'm glad to have them, some of them here with us this morning, but I was previewed the presentation at the Central High School at the invitation, of course, of Attorney Vidal. I was very pleased. So thank you for being with us today. We welcome you. Mr. Chairman, that comes to the end of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Renee. You next have the Vice Chair's report, Commissioner Roman Patel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Some of our activities will track with Commissioner Renee, because we tend to sit in the same meeting rooms, the same conferences. So I'll go quickly through my report. It's included in your packet. During the period since our last quarterly meeting held on March 12th of 2025, I fulfilled my duties as a commissioner in certain manners. I too attended a licensing hearing for AAA Training and Security Services LLC, which did result in a license being issued to that entity. I attended the 30th anniversary kickoff on April 23rd of 2025. It was a wonderful start to a year celebrating our accomplishments here at the Casino Control Commission and charting a path forward. I participated in those 9 interviews for licensing and compliance officer. And after meeting with those 9 persons, the commission had the task of narrowing down our selection to one person, and that person we see here as the LCO, Mrs. Patel, and I welcome her to the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission. I've attended meetings with the Innovative Group and Gaming Laboratories International and planning sessions as the commission moves forward with the Internet Gaming and Internet Gambling Summit scheduled for July 31st of 2025. I participated in meetings concerning operations here at the casino, including our air conditioning system, which I'm happy to feel. Yes, I did not have to suffer through the warmth of the commission because I was in St. Thomas, but I could see it on the faces, yes. And I'm happy to say we're all cool today. The air conditioning system seems to be functioning as we wanted, so that's good. I attended meetings of the 30th anniversary committee chaired by Commissioner Renee. participated in executive meetings 003 of 2025 and 004 of 2025. I also attended a meeting with the Virgin Islands Senator to discuss Bill number 360076, cruise ship operations of the casinos while docked here in the Virgin Islands. And during this period, I led planning meetings that culminated in the commission's presentation at NAGRA. We have a story to tell. The Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission and the building of culturally adapted problem gambling awareness initiatives at the North American Gaming Regulators Association 2025 Education and Training Conference held on June, and we presented on June 4th of 2025 in Nashville, Tennessee. Chairman Pickering served as moderator of the panel that included Attorney Vidal, Dr. Nicole Cregwell Sims, Assistant Commissioner from the Virgin Islands Department of Health, Tracy Parker, who's a Senior Vice President of Accreditation, Advisory and Insight, a Responsible Gambling Council based in Toronto, Canada, and myself. Commissioner Renee and Attorney Alva David, Director of the Virgin Islands Division of Gaming Enforcement, were present in the audience. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Executive Assistant Ramisha Smith and our IT specialist, Odingo Davla, for their creative work on the PowerPoint slides and the technical assistance and guidance they provided. The PowerPoint has been submitted for posting by NAGRA and its members-only portal, Basecamp. By all accounts, the presentation was well received and resonated on the need for cultural sensitivity in designing problem gambling programs. The NAGRA conference ran from June 1st to the 6th of 2025 and had the largest number of attendees to date for NAGRA. And my final activity for the quarter is my attendance here to the second quarterly meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner Herman Purcell. And yes, that we had, as you mentioned in your report, the NAGRA conference, which was, as you said, as you indicated, well received. It was well presented, you know, by our panelists. And yes, I too second your commendation of Administrator Smith and Mr. Davila, you know, for their invaluable assistance in putting that PowerPoint presentation together. Which moves us to the chairman's report. And as Commissioner Herman indicated, something that would overlap, you know, because we are at the same meetings, but the meetings that we were not at. On April 3rd, met with Governor Bryan at Government House here on St. Paul to discuss the Commission's fiscal year 2026 budget and some other matters. Well, as was mentioned before, the Commission is engaged in reviewing the internet gaming and internet gambling statutes and regulations. To that end, we met Attorney Vidal and I met with GLI, GLI principals, Jose Carlos Figueroa and Mike Robbins to discuss those amendments and regs. On April 9th, I convened a special meeting and hearing, as mentioned earlier, for AAA training and security services. On April 11th, the evening of April 11th, I attended the community salutes ceremony at Government House here on St. Croix, in which the Commission was a sponsor. What that organization does is to recognize and honor young recent high school graduates who have decided to join the military in various branches of the military And they have decided to serve the country, and they are recognized by that organization and also honored. I was really happy to participate in that. The NAGA conference was mentioned, the 30th anniversary kickoff. We submitted our fiscal year 2026 budget to the post auditor of the Budget Appropriations and Finance Committee on April 28th. On April 30th, we convened the executive meeting number 003-2025. The LCO interviews were mentioned previously. On May 12th, 2025, I attended the Sports Betting Community Summit, America's Summit, SBC, Sports Betting Community Summit America's 2025 conference, and that was held in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We, leading up to the NAGA 2025 conference planning committee, of which Director David and myself are members. We participated in those meetings as well. As was mentioned previously by Commissioner Renee, we established the Internet Gaming and Gambling Summit Planning Committee, and we are holding meetings weekly up through the summit, which is scheduled to be held on July 31st, 2025 at Carambola. And I know that our guests received invitations to that event, and we're hoping that we can see you there and we can get your input into how we address, how we can improve or address the internet gaming and gambling. We did a walkthrough of Carambola on the 23rd. We did a walkthrough at Buccaneer Hotel, and as I mentioned, those were the two sites that were being considered for the summit. We eventually chose Carambola. NAGA was mentioned previously, and on June 17th, we convened executive meeting number 004-2025. Financial matters and related activities. For the period October 1st, 2024 through June 25th, 2025, the Commission issued a total of 198 licenses and statements of compliance in various categories as follows: casino employees 53, casino key employees 36, statement of compliance for casino employees 62, statement of compliance for casino key employees 27, statement of compliance gaming related entities 8, statement of compliance non-gaming related entities 7, non-gaming related entity licenses issued with 4, gaming related licenses issued 1. For the same period, the Commission issued 234 work permits, 86 exemptions from licensure, and 30 waivers from registration and licensure. For the period October 1st, 2024 through April 30th, the current fiscal year, revenues for the Commission were $1,233,650 versus $1,425,656 for the same period of fiscal year 2024, a difference of $192,006 less. That reduction is due primarily to the high amount of license fees that were collected in the prior fiscal year versus the current fiscal year. Expenses thus far this fiscal year amount to $1,091,421 for a net surplus of $142,229. For the same period last year, expenditures amounted to $1,039,888 for a net surplus of $385,768, a difference of $243,539. The total fiscal year 2025 budget projects revenues and expenditures in the amount of $220,300 for a balanced budget. As we always note, the major portion of the commission's revenue and expenditures is due to the contributions of the central government of the Virgin Islands for payroll and related fringe costs for the commission to include commissioners and staff, which for the 7 months ended April 30th, 2025, amounted to $837,397, or 68% of revenues and 77% of expenditures. The commission is also mandated to manage 2 other accounts, namely the amounts allocated to the Division of Gaming Enforcement from the Casino Control Revolving Account, which is 20% of the funds deposited into that account from fees and fines, et cetera, et cetera. And that's for the operating expenses of the Division of Gaming Enforcement, of which Attorney Oliver David heads. And the other account that we manage is the 1% of the Casino Revenue Fund taxes, which are dedicated to providing for gambling addiction and education programs. That account is titled VI Alliance for Responsible Gaming. For the period October 1st, 2024 through April 30th, 2025, the DGE revolving account had revenues of $17,100 and expenses of $12,166, or a surplus of $4,934. For the same period, the VIARG, Responsible Gaming Account Fund, had revenues of $13,084 and expenses amounting to $21,261, for a net loss of $8,177. The bulk of those expenditures from VIARG amounted to $10,636, and those expenses were related to providing for the commission or the VIARG providing training for Department of Health gambling addiction counselors. And as Commissioner Herman Purcell mentioned earlier, we were accompanied by Dr. Craigwell Sims of the Department of Health at our NAGRA conference presentation. Gross casino revenues. Gross casino revenues for the period October 1st, 2024 to April 30th, 2025, as reported by our casino licensees, David Carina Bay and Caravel Hotel Casino, amounted to $11,102,962 versus $10,711,857 for the same period last year, an increase of $391,105, or roughly 4%. For the entire fiscal year 2024, gross casino revenues amounted to $18,527,093. Gross casino revenues is taxed at a rate of 12%, which is paid into the Casino Revenue Fund. The commission receives 25% of those tax revenues, with the remaining 75% allocated to support certain other government of the Virgin Islands agencies. For the quarter ended March 31st, 2025, both casinos reported a combined gross total payroll of $2,854,302, with a total headcount of 311 employees. These amounts include both the casinos and the affiliated hotels. We know we cannot have a casino without having a hotel. The total fiscal year to date payroll, October 1st, 2024 to March 31st, 2025 was $5,289,337 with an average headcount of 304 employees. Other spending on goods as reported by our casino licensees for the period through March 31st, 2025 was $5,568,734 versus $5,425,705 for the same period the prior fiscal year, an increase of $143,029 or slightly less than 3%. For the fiscal year, spending for the other goods and services amount to $10,736,640 versus $10,508,570 for the previous fiscal year, for an overall increase of $228,070. Examples of other goods and services include food, liquor, advertising, insurance, legal services, etc. From these reported statistics, you can understand the value and the importance of the casino industry to not only to St. Croix, but to the government of the Virgin Islands. Herein ends the chairperson's report. Okay. As we move on to the next item on the agenda, we will now hear from DGE Director, Attorney Oliver David. Attorney David?
Thanks, sir. Yes, good morning again.
Good morning.
I am R. Oliver David, the Director of the Division of Youth Enforcement, the Virgin Islands Department of Justice.
Is your mic on?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, since DGE's last quarterly performance report dated March 4th, 2025, the DGE accomplished the following. DGE completed due diligence investigation for the following categories of applicants: casino licensing, CSE, gaming related and qualifiers, 10, casino key employee 2. The DG is particularly pleased with its completion of the casino license renewal applications of Treasure Bay VILLC, Treasure Bay LLC, Berkshire Shores Inc., and Limestar LLC and the qualifiers. These investigations were ongoing for over 2 years, and the entities and qualifiers were all interrelated. Moreover, a comprehensive investigation of these entities had not been conducted in over 5 years, and DG felt that it was necessary to do so. I'm sure that both Mr. Capers and Ms. Vance would be very pleased that finally get that over with. I know these investigations are voluminous. I don't know if the commission members have had a chance to review them. However, anything that you want to find with regard to and consolidation of the financial report for quite some time, and I told him it's ongoing. And I have been doing it, but that was my goal, to get it out of the way, and it did, and it's transmitted to life. I hope that, everybody will be pleased to get a chance to review it, and if you have any questions, you can ask me about this.
Yeah, we do have them for, and, that's for weekend reading.
Taking quite a few weekends, I'm sure.
Yes.
Okay, closed investigations. The DG closed out its investigation of 17 applicants, i.e. applicants who terminated or resigned prior to DG completing its investigation. The DG processed 50 new license applications received for investigations to include CKE, CHKE, CE, CHE, well, let me just say what these are because folks might not know. CKE is casino key employee application. CHKE is casino hotel key employee application. CE is casino employee applications. We have CSEGR, that's casino services entity gaming related applications, and CHENGR, that is casino services entity non-gaming related applications. So we receive these applications and the qualifiers, and we opened as I indicated, 50 new applications, new investigation files. DG completed investigation of one patron complaint and submitted its report to the VICCC for further action. DGE has also filed a complaint against casino licensee for alleged violation of the VICCC rules and regulations. Requests for technical assistance, draft verification. The DGE staff responded to approximately 19 requests for technical assistance from both DV, Carina Bay, and Caravelle Casino. DG staff assisted the gaming technicians at the casino in addressing technical problems with the electronic gaming machines to have these machines return to the gaming floor. And I think as of yesterday, my investigator technical assistant who was at both of the casinos assisting with these requests. Training. DG continues to provide training to all staff members, both online and at various conferences. Recently, the DG staff participated in 2 certificate trainings dealing with investigation technique and investigation report writing. I think it was a very extensive 2-day training that was conducted by a company out of Toronto, Canada. But I think it was very in-depth, and we're very pleased with what we gathered from them. Staffing. Presently, the DG has a backlog of approximately 385 due diligence investigations pending for the CKE, CE, and so forth. Inadequate staffing continues to be a major issue at DG. The backlog of investigations will continue to increase if the staffing needs at DGE are not addressed. Once again, the Attorney General made a plea for additional staff for the DGE in his fiscal year 2026 budget presentation before the VI legislature. We're asking that the commission, as they have done for the past several years, continue to press or ask or beg for the staffing for DGE when the budget presentation of the commission is there. In addition to provide some level of assistance, I have been, for the past several months, I've been in contact with the School of Business at the University of the Virgin Islands to get students to do internship with the DGE. It was a very difficult task. And just 2 weeks ago, I spoke to the coordinator of the internship program at USVI, and told that everything was done, and she put out she put out notification with regard to the interest to 25 prospective students. Unfortunately, after 2 weeks, I received one request. I interviewed that young gentleman last week, and based on that, I asked if he knew of anybody else that might be interested. And I think he spoke to 2 of his friends. And tomorrow, Thursday, I have 2 additional interviews. So hopefully we can take someone or 2 if possible to help us to address the backlog in terms of scanning, entering, and coordinates. So that's what we're trying. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm trying to take my side of the box to see whatever I can get, whatever I can do to assist us in doing that. Because as I indicated, the number of applications, due diligence investigation application, it keeps growing. It's very extensive, but we don't want to just file it and leave it there because it will grow tremendously. So we're trying to work with it and, deal with what we can with 3 staff members. Mr. Chair, that's the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Attorney Davis, Dr. David. I was gonna ask you that 385, that number has gone up.
Yes, it has gone up.
Okay, so, and I'm happy to hear that, AG made a plea for, increased staffing for you.
Yeah.
We are going to have, 2 bites of the apple. We are scheduled to appear before the Committee on Economic Development and Agriculture.
Yeah.
I think it's on the 14th of July. And in gathering my material for that presentation, I have in the packet the letter that we sent to former Senator
Donald
Gregory and the current chairman of the Budget Appropriations and Finance Committee, Senator Francis. So that's part of the information that we present at this upcoming hearing. And again, we are to appear before the BAF committee on July 23rd. So we're gonna, we'll be pitching for you again.
Yeah.
I mean, this really is growing backlog is not good. All right, so we have to do all we can to try to assist you to get some additional staff.
Yeah, and let me just say, in addition to the Attorney General making the pitch for additional staffing, I was at the budget presentation and during the break, I did talk to a couple of the senators over there.
Mhm.
One of the things that I told them is, DG, there should be discussions whenever, like the commission, if the commission is there talking about what to part of budget, not budget, but finance. So I said, we are more aligned with this discussion than we aligned with other discussions with the Attorney General's office. Because when we have the Justice Department presentation, they do everything and the grandmother, and I told the senators that, so the senators were receptive to trying to get to hear DGE independently of the rest of what Justice is doing. In fact, one of the senators did say that he has the same, what we talked about, what percent, he's going to push it through, and he said within the next couple of weeks, we should be hearing from him. So I'm hoping that it happens. I spoke to this, what's her name, she was the chief of staff of the Gregory. Yeah, because Senator Ray, Commissioner Ray and I, we met before in her office the last time trying to wrap it up, and she told me it's still active. So that, it is not dead yet, but until we receive it, we don't have it. So I'm pushing also independently, and I know you are, and I know the tenure of industry. So hopefully we'll get some help with that and see how we go from there.
Great.
Thank you much.
Thank you. Any questions for colleagues for Director David?
No.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. The next item of business on the agenda, we move into new business. To be item number 6. The approval, 6A, approval of licensure resolution number 002-2025. B, approval of licensure resolution number 003-2025, and C, we will be hearing from our casino licensees. So let's begin with resolution number 002-2025. These resolutions that we discuss in executive meetings, as was mentioned before, where we discuss the licenses to be issued, statement of compliances, and we use statement of compliances as Director David just mentioned while we await the investigative reports, and that is something that we recently started doing. to relieve the administrative burden on the commission of having to issue temporary licenses every 6 months or every 9 months, whatever the case might be. Statements of compliance are terms for usually 1 year. After that, if we still have not received the investigative report, then we will issue the license. The commission has the power to revoke a license if or subsequently what's the term we use, derogatory information is revealed in the reports, so, we do have that power. So we go through, meet as a commission in executive session, executive meetings to review these applications and we take action and we ratify the actions at the quarterly meetings. So, having said that, Commissioner Michelle.
Mr. Chair, I move that the commission ratify licensure resolution number 002-2025, which concerns administrative actions taken by the commission on April 30th of 2025 to issue statements of compliances and casino employee and casino servicing entity licenses. I so move.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion to approve the licensure resolution number 002-2025 held on April 30th, 2025.
Thank you, Commissioner Renee. The motion to approve licensure resolution number 002-2025 has been moved by Commissioner Herman Purcell and seconded by Commissioner Renee. Hearing no objections, the motion is hereby approved. 6B.
Chairman, I move that the commission ratify licensure resolution number 003-2025, which concern administrative actions taken by the commission on June 17th of 2025 to issue statements of compliance and casino employee and casino servicing entity licenses. I so move.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion to ratify licensure resolution number 003-2025 held on 17/2020.
Thank you, Commissioner Renee. The motion to approve licensure resolution number 003-2025 has been moved by Commissioner Herman Purcell, seconded by Commissioner Renee. Hearing no objections, the motion is hereby approved. Thank you very much. We now move on to item number 6C. Many of you may or may not be aware, the month of September is designated as Responsible Gaming Education Month, RGEM, by the American Gaming Association, which is the trade group for the and the advocate for the casino industry. This year will be the 27th year of RGEM. The commission has more than a keen interest in responsible gaming education efforts and the efforts to address and prevent gambling addiction. We want to make every effort, along with our industry partners, to promote responsible gaming and gambling, and to constantly remind patrons that gambling is a form of entertainment. It's a game of chance. Sometimes you get lucky and you hit the jackpot. Sometimes people hit several jackpots in a night, which is good. But we want to remind people that they should game and gamble responsibly. Gaming industry is a healthy industry, but it must be always done in a responsible manner. To that effort, I'm going to invite our casino licensees to the testifiers table to tell us about their plans for responsibility in education month. So we have Mr. Anton Papers, Karina B. Casino. We have Mr. Walk and Mr. Sheeper of Caravel Hotel and Casino. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Okay, so Mr. Papers, would you like to begin?
Good morning, Commissioners. Anton Kuipers, General Manager, Delhi Karina Bay Casino. I did forge our package and testimony for today, and what I'm going to do is just run through a summary of what we're going to be doing in the month of September. The American Gaming Association has not updated their website with flyers as of yet, or at least as of when I sent it in on Friday. But when they do, we will use those slides that they update each year as part of our presentation. There will be a guest loyalty letter posted in the elevator, at the cage, and at Beachcombers Club. A copy of that letter was provided to the commission. We will ensure our responsible gaming brochures are placed and replenished at the appropriate locations per our policy, which are at the Beachcombers Club, the cage, the casino ATMs, the elevator, and in our employee dining room. These are flyers that address responsible gaming directly and have all the information and phone numbers, etc. Staff briefing and talking points. Talking points will be sent out to all of our managers, supervisors, and leads to highlight Responsible Gaming Education Month. Those talking points were provided to the commission, and basically what that's going to be is they are aids for our managers and supervisors to sit with the employees and actually have in-depth conversations on each of the talking points. So it's not just simply a flyer that's going out that nobody's going to read, that they are actually going to sit down and go through in depth and have back and forth discussion with the employees, which tends to be a lot more valuable than just putting a piece of paper in front of people, because they won't read it. Backup house slides will be provided to the managers to post on the department notice boards. We will also post these slides in the EDR. Those are the slides that I was referring to that come from the American Gaming Association. Our website, karinabay.com, will be updated with banners promoting Responsible Gaming Education Month. Responsible gaming training will be conducted and completed throughout the month for all departments. We will also utilize the RG 24/7 virtual training platform for training that was introduced to us. Thank you very much by the commission. And that's a very, very comprehensive program that covers a lot of different things. And I know all of us, you guys included, have taken it, and it is invaluable. And lastly, we will place a write-up in our quarterly newsletter on Responsible Gaming Education Month. The write-up will include the highlights from the loyalty letter and our 100% participation in training, which is the goal for the end of September, and any other pertinent information provided by the American Gaming Association. So that's a summary of what we're looking to be doing. And we did provide all the attachments go along with that.
Thank you. And when did you send that in?
Went to Ms. Smith last week, Friday, I believe.
Thank you.
Monday.
Okay, thank you.
Yesterday.
That was, no, yes, it was Tuesday.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So I don't have it.
Yeah.
But you said we have received it?
Yes.
We acknowledge receipt, but I will look.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would, before I turn to Carla, I would be somewhat remiss if I did not thank both of you, our casino licensees, for working with us in the placement of our posters, our Playwise posters. We certainly appreciate you partnering with us to do that, because, as I said before, I know that, we as a commission and you as licensees take your responsibility for responsible gaming and problem gambling seriously, and I want to thank you for that. Okay. Smoke? Of course, I'm sorry.
The last time we visited, I think Vice Chair and myself saw a wide area that was near the security. And we thought that was ideal for posting any problem gambling presentation or responsible gaming. Has that space been used at all, or is it used now?
It is not being used at the moment. That's where our Queen of Hearts promotion typically goes. What we did do was take all of your flyers in a digital format and put them on all of the TVs. So that those are part of the scrolling, so that it's more than just the posters that were provided. It's actually throughout the building on all of the end caps that are available. And it was actually provided to the hotel as well. I need to double check because there've been some changes there. But they were going to put it on all their TVs across in the rooms as well.
Great.
No, I was just gonna say, and we did acknowledge that at NAGRA, that our casino licensees were more than willing to, make sure those posters, that we didn't have to use the stick. It was, you just said. It's always the way you don't have to take out that stick.
Carrots are better.
Yeah, I tell you, and we did acknowledge that our casino licensees were willing, send the posters, you put it on the machines, you made sure that message is out. And we are working on a Spanish version of the posters and the messages. And as soon as we have those available, definitely we'll get them out to you. So we do, I echo what the chairman has said. You do show.
May I ask, have we had any feedback on results? We talk each year about measuring things and whatnot. Do we have anything that we can measure to see if it's making a difference?
We now have analytics on Playwise.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna repeat what Mr. Davila has taught me to say, and which I shared, Mr. Davila showed me, it is sticking. The message, and I think that may have been after the casinos now posted, the posters out, you saw Playwise, VI.org, where you could log on to, where we can now see people are going to the site, we can see where they're the people logging on from. It was mainly from the Virgin Islands, that they're staying long on the pages, they're really going through. So we are from that angle getting numbers, and the chair can be tied, we will share them, but we were able to show the first report where the initial launch, not much activity. When the word got out through the posting and the messaging that we did, you saw the increases.
Because that's encouraging. When effort is put out and it's actually working, that helps everybody to really believe in what they're doing.
Yes.
Rather than just doing it because it's the right thing. It is actually seeing results.
Yes, and we are seeing results, and I thank
That's
you,
tremendous.
because you always ask that question,
Yes,
right. I can't say, yes, we have
Well, that's
numbers.
tremendous. Thank
And
you.
as soon as we also have Department of Health up to speed, and we can actually send them, they can then tell them how many people are coming into their offices for counseling. That also will be, other than persons coming for the voluntary exclusion program, that where we're actually trying to help people.
And it's also good for the public to see that it is actually working. It's
Yes.
not just money that's being spent and going into the ether, it is making a difference.
Is it having an effect?
And maybe showing that there really isn't as much of a problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what my sentiment is, one person
Is
is
too many,
is too
yes.
many, but it is something the commission is mandated to do, and the commission is doing. its
I
mandate.
thank you for that, thank you.
Thank you too. Well, it's not.
Yes. Mr. Wolf,
Good morning.
good morning.
I have something to read here for you.
Please.
So at Carabel Casino, we do take the commitment to responsible gaming very seriously, not just during the month, but all year round. That said, we're especially proud to share our plans for Responsible Gaming Education Month this September, where we plan to lead the local industry in raising awareness and promoting safe play. Here's a quick overview of what we have planned. First, during the month of September, our casino website will feature a banner at the top of the homepage that links directly to responsible gaming resources and helpful tools for our guests. Next, we'll be launching a targeted email campaign. It will start with a message from me as a general manager, setting the tone for the month. And then each week, guests will receive messages that talk about the risks of problem gambling, how to recognize warning signs, and where to go for help. We'll also be using our social media platforms, such as Facebook and Instagram, to share important reminders, tips, and messages that reinforce the importance of responsible gaming. These posts will be tailored to engage our local audience and keep the topic front and center. Inside the casino, we will take full advantage of our slot machine displays to show rotating messages about responsible play. In addition, we'll have posters up throughout the property, both inside and out, to make sure that the messaging is visible to everybody. And finally, our Players Club staff will share brief announcements and helpful facts with guests throughout the day. Things like how to set limits and where to find help if needed. All of these efforts are part of our larger goal, which is to create a gaming environment that's fun, safe, and respectful of the risks that come with gaming. We all know that this is a shared responsibility, and we are ready to do our part and more and lead by example. So thank you for your time, and as always, we welcome any guidance and suggestions you may.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And yes, I recall that you were doing the scrolling, I call it scrolling, on the machine. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you doing that as well? Display on the machine or?
No,
You were doing something in the hotel room?
Yes, hotel room.
On the TV screen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. Shiva, anything to add?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, well, yes, please.
Mr. Board, you went through that list, and I'm glad you have it, because when we appeared before the legislature on July 14th, that's one of the questions they have told us to be prepared to address. How our casino licensees are responding to responsible gaming. So both you can say what you have in plan. The one thing did not hear you address, and if you did and I missed it, I apologize. But education and training of the staff.
Yes.
On
All of our staff are trained to, if they encounter somebody who they believe might be having a gambling problem, to escalate the problem to management. And management will make a decision regarding whether to talk to that individual themselves or whether to employ a friend, a coworker, a family member who might know that individual and deliver a message to them about responsible gaming that comes from somebody they know versus a stranger. So that's the training we have for all of our employees.
So could you just, and then explain it a little bit to me, how do you go about training your staff in that? I mean, do you identify for them what would constitute the signs that a person may have? Okay.
We do all that. Yeah, if they say, I'm just not having fun anymore, I keep losing, comments that guests would say to us, we take those and those are reported back to us. We escalate that up. If it goes to a slot attendant, for example, they would report that to their manager on duty. Then the manager on duty would inform me or the casino manager, and we make a decision on how to address that individual. Like I said, either by us or whether there's an employee that might have a good relationship with that customer. The message coming from them might be better than coming from someone like me.
and then thereafter, do you actually refer them?
Absolutely.
Refer them to,
The responsible gaming, we give them the 1-800 number to call. Or the website, however they'd like to. We
to the
send them
commission
everything.
or
Absolutely,
voluntary exclusion?
correct. We give them all the information on that.
So your staff is constantly trained as what the signs of that providing.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. Michelle. I was going to, and I'm glad that you raised that question. I'm not sure where we are with the training for the DOH counselors, but that would once that is up and running, that's also another resource that that can be used as a referral.
Absolutely.
You know, so we once we have something more definitive as to the status of that training program, we will pass it on, to you all.
Great.
Partners.
What I understood, the training is or has been completed. What it is now that the 6 persons now have to sit the exam. And now pass the exam, and that also includes some clinical work, which may be a challenge, because if we don't have them persons for them to sit with in the Virgin Islands, then if there was a discussion, can they then, train with, what am I want to say? Work with persons who may be off island via Zoom or something remote, so they can get their clinical hours. But my understanding, training is completed, the coursework, and it's now the certification process is now ongoing. But that's one of the requirements of the memorandum of understanding. Once they do have the certification, business cards will be provided, so we can then have them placed, again, your willingness to have those placed, the Department of Health, and they also will have it on their website. And that's now one of the services that you can get there.
That's great.
Any questions or comments, Commissioner Ray? Okay, great. Okay, so it appears that, thank you, Mr. Capers, Mr. Burke, Mr. Schiefer. And
May I say?
sure.
Sorry, I'm sorry, because when you were describing what is used, I mean, I know it's really hard. Because a person has to accept there's the problem. The person themselves have to accept, I have a problem.
Correct.
How effective have you found, when you do employees identify, comes up to management? You ask, a family friend, somebody who's there with them, can you talk about it?
I'm not familiar with us having to implement those plans yet,
Okay,
but we are trained and prepared.
turn them for them. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
No, that's okay, that's fine. As I was saying, that we have come to the next item on the agenda, which is any other business? Any other business, colleagues?
Nothing from the chair.
Okay, so this brings us to item number 8, which is the adjournment. What we're gonna do, once we adjourn, we have the young people from
Next
generation.
CEO.
That's correct.
Next generation, okay, and they're gonna introduce themselves to us. And tell us a little bit about what they do and have a discussion. And so you're welcome to stay and engage with them. So if there is no further business for today's meeting and hearing, I wish to thank all of you, for appearing here today. I extend, as always, my thanks to the commission's staff, our stenographer, Ms. Andrews, and all that contributed to today's meeting. Our next quarterly meeting is scheduled for September 24, 2025. Any closing remarks or colleagues or? Yeah, okay, so we're good. Okay, so the quarterly meeting and hearing number 002-2025 of the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission, today, Wednesday, June 25th, 2025, hereby stands adjourned. Thank you.
At this time, I want to again thank the students and advisors from Next Gen CEO Summer Camp for being here. And I'd ask that if the casino licensees have time, that they stay to listen also briefly at a minimum to hear what these individuals have done over the summer. If you know the TV show Shark Tank, then you have an idea of what the students did this summer over a 2-week program from June 9th to June 20th. They met at the St. Croix Central High School in the morning until about 12:30 for 2 weeks, and then presented on June 20th, last week Friday, to us and the public at large. These students come from all high schools: St. Croix Central High School, the St. Croix Educational Complex, Good Hope Country Day, and perhaps other schools. This program was sponsored by the Women in Business Virgin Islands and Caribbean Inc., a nonprofit, and their advisors are here. Let me tell you, these individuals over that 2-week period learned about dress, confidence, presentation, and they made their pitches. We were impressed, as Commissioner Renee indicated. What I'd like to do is I do see that the students have brought some of the items that they used in their pitches. I hope that, I know that they will wow us, wow you, the way that they wowed the community at large last week, Friday. I know that they don't have their full complement of team members, but I know that one of the benefits of programs like these is that you get exposed to programs, ideas that will train you and develop your mind and expose you to career possibilities, including ones that we have here at the Commission and out there in the world in general. So although you may not end up becoming the next CEO, although you may very well be, you might end up becoming Supreme Court Justice, agency head, a local judge, or a senator, or even perhaps the chief financial officer of a private company. And those are the positions at a minimum that these 3 esteemed individuals here as commissioners had over the course of their careers prior to becoming commissioners at the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission. So with that, I want to have one of the advisors present to us. Please use the mic so that we can hear you. And once we're done, we're going to have the students either come in the well or sit there or stand, however you're most comfortable, and present to us so that we can listen to your sales pitch. Next Gen CEO.
Apologies, I have to catch a flight.
Yes.
And so, right, I would love to hear all of you speak, so thank you.
We
Thanks for your
understand. We understand. Okay, but before you go, and you get on, you know what, I will do right back. I want to have it.
Okay.
Go ahead, okay, please. Go ahead.
First of all, good morning, dignitaries, panel, everything. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here. My name is Marcella Simmons, and I am one of the advisors, volunteers that was part of this program for the summer. Excuse me. Before I begin, I just would like to give a little bit of a background of how this started. As you addressed, Senator Vidal, Attorney Vidal.
I received it.
Women in Business, VICCC Caribbean Inc. is a licensed business and registered 501c3 nonprofit based in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and founded in 2021 by Ruth King Shezo, who's back here as well. Our mission is to empower women entrepreneurs and professionals across the Virgin Islands and the Greater Caribbean by offering digital tools, networking events, training, brand visibility, and resources to help start and grow businesses. We have also produced the Empower Magazine Live with Laura show on the VI Consortium. And our newest initiative is Next Generation CEO Summer Camp that focuses on our teens. I had the privilege of being a part of this. This was actually brought to my attention by our executive director, Ruth King Shazo, and she wanted to present a program or summer program that for this time lasted about 2 weeks from June 9th to the 20th. She wanted to gather students, young people, and get them together to get into the mindset of being able to be entrepreneurs. And so we presented a problem to the students. Well, actually, we asked them to come up with a problem and then come up with a solution. And that is where this kind of came about. So the students got into teams and they thought of a problem and then what could be the solution to that problem. And so they got into teams, and then after that so it was 2 weeks. We had a lot of resources, a lot of the community members that came in and spoke into these young people's lives, offering their expertise, leadership, confidence, as you were saying, and many other things. And based on that, they came up with a business idea, and then they were to pitch these ideas to to judges. The judges came and pretty much graded them or evaluated them, and some of them have actually offered or promised to invest in them. And I'm going to say, so as an educator, and 3 of us who are navigating this and who are their guides, we're all educators. And we were very, very impressed by what we saw. Now, we'd love to be able to continue this program, keeping it free, cast a wider net, and also have access to others who would not have access, but to give them opportunity, and also to keep this free. So we're also asking that you keep this in mind as you are also seeing the presentation of these students. So Next Gen CEO.
I'm sorry, was that your pitch? Was that your pitch for investment?
That was my pitch for investment.
Next Gen
Yes.
CEO Summer Camp?
If it wasn't that clear, we would love to have you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Tisana Stevens. Good morning. My name is Deshante Wilson. My experience with the Next Gen CEO camp was very delightful. Honestly, I first joined because I didn't have much planned for the summer, and the short description of the camp sounded interesting. But once I got started, I realized this program was much more than I expected. I learned a lot about business, teamwork, and leadership. One of the best parts was meeting new people and making friends. The environment throughout the camp was always positive and encouraging. Every presenter we met taught us something valuable, and I especially liked how some of the activities were interactive and fun. This camp truly made a big impact on me, and I'm sure it did for others too. It opened my eyes to new ideas and helped me believe in what I can achieve in the future.
So following CEO said, we made a business called Amigo Candles. Scents that tell stories where memories burn bright. So at this business, our mission is to craft eco-conscious candles that celebrate the spirit of the Virgin Islands inspired by Caribbean cultures. We've created the power of scent and natural products to awaken memory, honor tradition, and protect our precious environment.
Our product.
All scents are natural with a meaning to the Virgin Islands. Candles are not just pretty and nice to smell, but they are environmentally friendly by the use of recycled materials. They each include a hint of Madras to signify the culture. Each name is meant to give a sense of nostalgia while incorporating different aspects of the island's history and culture.
So investing in youth and organizations that support businesses like ours and ideas that we had is very important because young people are the foundation of our future, economically, socially, and culturally. They empower youth with education, mentorship, and opportunities and helps build a community. Organizations like Women in Business that focus on youth development create safe spaces for growth, they foster leadership, and they spark innovation, ensuring that the next generation is not only prepared to do, but inspired to make a big difference in their community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a quick question. Do you have candles here and are they for sale or is there a place where we could go to purchase them? Or are you looking for further investment? Because we remember what you presented as the winners of that competition. Your presentation was jaw-dropping, inspiring. And so could you tell us more about the candles and the business, where we can find you and how we can invest in your company?
Well, you can find us on all social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. Also, we will start an online store, but for right now, we're all right. We won't be taking any sales till next week.
As far as investments, we're looking for strategic partners. So not just investors as in money, but someone who can market and support our brand. People with connections, as you guys. Retail opportunities, so opportunities to get our products into stores. Advice as in packaging, shipping, or even just growing our website. Or just resources, a workspace, tools, or just to sit down and talk to someone who's done something like this before. So I'll tell you about the names of our candles. So first we have Mango Melly. It's inspired by our great Mango Melly festival, and the scent evokes a strong scent of mango. It's mixed with different things, and it's supposed to give a sense of nostalgia. Growing up, we always went to Mango Melly. It's a once in a year opportunity, and there's just so much different things to see while you're at this festival.
Next, we have Rainbow Beach. It's a nice, breezy, comforting smell that makes you feel like you're relaxing. And it is blue. And I think Rainbow Beach is my favorite smell. Abalone Steak is our next smell. It is red and it's apple and cinnamon smell. It's not like a spicy cinnamon, it's more sweet and warm, and it's very comforting when it burns.
Our next scent is lemongrass, by obviously the plant that we grow here. People use it natural for herbs, and it's not just good to smell, but it has properties in it that can help others while we burn the candle. Our next scent is Sunday Morning. It's a fresh linen scent, and it captures the comforting ritual of cleaning day. So growing up, your parents always played music and you were listening to all types of things while you were cleaning, and that just evokes the nostalgia that you get from when you were younger in your childhood.
What sets us apart from other candle companies is that we sell scented stories. Each candle is inspired by real Caribbean memories, culture, and experiences.
We promote nature first. They're eco-friendly with the use of materials and clean ingredients and sustainable packaging, which is our top priority.
We are rooted in Virgin Islands culture, authentically connected to the VI life, not just island inspired.
We give a gift-ready experience. So when you buy a candle, you don't have to worry about, oh, I have to get a bag, I have to get a this, I have to get that. You can just purchase your candle and it's perfect for gift giving on the spot.
We also provide an emotional connection. It's more than a fragrance. We offer nostalgia and a piece of home.
So I hope you liked our short presentation on rainbow candles. Thank you.
Thank you for that presentation. We now have the next group come up so that they can present to everyone their sales pitch. And we look forward to what they're about to say.
Could I ask a question though, before you go? How do you formulate your candles?
So we created I guess you could say recipes with a lot of trial and error. We worked together on different scents. We mixed things together to see what would smell good, what wouldn't smell good. And after that, we just made our formula for each scent.
Did you join this in your mom's kitchen?
Oh, no, we bought a studio spot. That
Oh,
was
okay. Okay. Now you're gonna then let us see your candles?
we could show you guys after the next group.
Yes, okay, fine, just as long as we get to see, thank you.
No problem.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. So while my other teammates sit, I would like to introduce myself. I am Lashante Joseph, a CEO, what we would like to call ourselves at the Next Gen CEO Summer Camp Program. And I was essentially the Chief Executive Officer of my group. And what our business name was LAK Eternal Love, and our main focus was creating picture frames and more. So what we would do is offer photo shoots. Well, we don't necessarily intend to formulate an actual business, but this was just a really good idea that we had, and we wanted to really focus on the Virgin Islands as a whole, especially including tourism and main attractions that other tourists and locals could do to bypass their time.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alia Diki. I was a part of the Next Gen CEO Summer Camp, and I was the operation manager of my group. Good morning, everyone. My name is Julia Kanigeza, and I was the junior counselor for the camp. And I would like to say that we need your support. We will love your support. And
okay, so I would like to speak on behalf of our colleagues who aren't here and on behalf of the summer program to say that this was a wonderful summer camp. Within the 2 weeks, we learned, let me look at my phone actually, because I had a thing prepared instead of just saying it off my brain. So I'm gonna introduce myself again. I am Lashante Joseph, and I recently had an incredible experience with being able to attend the Next Gen CEO Summer Camp Program. I am so grateful and honored for the chance to share the experience and how much it has meant to me, not just as a student, but as a future entrepreneur. When I first heard about the Next Gen CEO program, I expected business lectures, maybe a few group activities, and a crash course on entrepreneurship. It definitely was not that. Although we had 2 presentations for majority of the 2 weeks, we learned a lot of things, and the presenters took their time answering questions and making sure we felt included within the presentation. So from day one, we were challenged to think like real CEOs, to identify problems, create solutions, and more importantly, lead with purpose. We didn't just sit and listen, we pitched ideas, built business plans, faced tough questions from mentors, and learned how to work in fast-paced, high-pressure environments. So that's just essentially a short speech on what I experienced and what majority of my colleagues experienced at the Next Gen program. Now to delve more into our business, LAK Eternal Love, I hand it off to my operations manager if she wants to share a couple things. Okay. I put you on the spot? Yes. Okay. Okay, so unfortunately, I do not have a physical representation of what we did, but we did create a prototype. So our intention is to do mini photo shoots. So either we would provide a photo shoot experience, like doing it in a real studio or going someplace outdoors, maybe to the beach, to the garden, somewhere in nature, like if someone wants to have a nature photo shoot. And if not, if someone does have a ready-made photo shoot from another person, that's perfectly fine. What we would do is print the pictures, create a 3D printed photo shoot to actually give them the experience. So if they want a beach themed photo, 3D photo frame, what we would do is maybe get sand, we would create different shells, we would make it look blue, ocean-like, different things like that, include different sea animals. If they wanted it like nature themed or jungle themed, we would do like mini plastic animals. We would get the leaves and put it on the picture frame. Now, oh gosh, I lost my train of thought, sorry. So I think that we wanted to do it because St. Croix is a very beautiful island and the Virgin Islands as a whole, but we mainly wanted to focus on the island of St. Croix because unlike St. Thomas that has majority of the tourist attractions, including cruise ships or tourists, St. Croix has a lot of nature. We have a lot of untouched nature around the island of St. Croix. As we drive by, we can see the vast different lands, and instead of just leaving it there, we want to really create a place where tourists can come and say, wow, this is a great place to take a picture instead of just like, snapping it with their phone and it doesn't really turn out the way they want it. So we would offer the services and then do what we can to make the experience beautiful. Anything you want to add? Okay, I believe there's something I want to say, but it's just not coming to mind. But we, instead of like investing in us as a group only, we want you to invest in the actual summer camp program because Miss King came to us, well, the last day on Friday when we did our business pitch, she came to us and said that she would really like to continue this for as long as she can, but unfortunately funds are very hard to find. So if you guys, as the commissioner, chairman of the Casino Control Commission, and sitting members, we would really appreciate it if you put funds towards continuing this summer camp. Thank you. Okay.
And if you do have a chance to, if you remember what it is you wanted to say, we hope that you can share that with us, with the commissioners, with everyone that's here at our lunch. We did take into account your attendance here today. And I think, thank you, ladies. And I think Attorney David, you want to say something?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm just asking, where are the young men in all of this?
Believe it was not, we do have one gentleman that was here. He doesn't have his full complement of team members. It was not dedicated solely to young women.
Okay.
There was a team of about 500 young men, I swear, there's not many that were there. And in addition to that team that was based solely of young men, other young men were involved in the other teams as well. So it wasn't dedicated toward young ladies alone. Young men were involved in this program, as I'm sure one of the advisors will attest to and close out for this morning's presentation.
Just let me add, I was very impressed with this young man when he walked down. He was so executive looking that I actually had to applaud him.
There's been a request from Madam Vice Chair that she hear from you today.
Yes.
So if you have a moment, please come before us and you can introduce yourself and talk about.
The weight of all the young people on your shoulders right now.
Good morning, my name is Philip.
What's your name?
Philip.
And the last name?
Akaza.
Akaza.
I was back at the next agency. And I'll talk about our business. The name of our business was called VI Skills Connect. It's like a website to bring exposure to teams. They could post, like, if you have a skill, you could post it on the website to bring exposure. Like I say, if you draw, you could put your painting on the website. People could come on the website, see if they like it, they could buy it, stuff like that. That's just what it is.
So if I recall correctly, it's sort of like an Indeed or a job posting where people can post their skills, products, or services for people to engage with those people, buy their services, buy their products?
Yes.
Great.
Thank you. To wrap it up, I would like to introduce to you the two other educators that were with that as a team we were together. So we have Ruth King Shenzo, who's executive director, and this was her brainchild. We have Myrna Orendane, she's also on staff at Center. And as you have heard, we have been asking for sponsorship. We did have Dr. Jem Owen, who was one of those sponsors. Again, I just want to say thank you for having us here. As a person, first of all, Central High is my alma mater, but I have not been in St. Croix for a really long time. When Ms. King asked me to do this, I was a little apprehensive, I'll tell you the truth. But when I saw the young kids, the young minds, not kids, but the young people and their minds, and the things that they were able to do, I said, if we can capture these kids and their minds and keep them to help promote St. Croix and to really grow this community, then St. Croix is in good hands.
Great, thank you so much, for that, presentation. It is, was, well received. And, it always warms my heart, when I see, the young people, participating in these activities. And, to, Director David's point, I heard that council, that we had young men participating. We'd like to see more of them. Go ahead and submit a proposal to us and look for consideration for your summer camp. And this is gonna be a summer camp or just throughout the year or what?
Well, we're still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
And I will say that what you saw, I mean, I wish that all of you could have been there to actually see the pictures.
Yeah.
They were able to do this in 9 days. And everybody who attended, they were really impressed by what they did. So with the expectation that they are great and can do this, they rose to the occasion.
That's great, wonderful. Again, thank you so much. Thank you, Attorney Vidal, for making contact with these folks. This is the commission's outreach to the community during our 30th anniversary year. We have the young people here today. We're gonna be reaching out to the seniors, I think, in the next couple of months. So as we celebrate, this the 30th anniversary of the commission. Thank you very much. And gentlemen from Carabel, thank you so much for staying. Thank you.
When I reach out, you can send us a proposal.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so with that, again, thank you. And as was mentioned earlier, we hope that you will join us for lunch. Okay? Okay, thank you.